Hey, good morning. Another day here at the pole barn shed build. I just got done taking the sod out of here. We're going to put a floor in here. Brought it down here, filled in a little depression with it. And now what I'm going to do is frame my floor out of place. You can see that over here. I'm going to frame it over here on the other side. And then I'll get some help and I'll lift it into place over there. And then screw it into the upright posts. I thought that would be easier since I have no clearance on the right hand side of the shed, you know, to work without hangers, and I really didn't want to use joist hangers. Okay, so I got this laid out here. It's 94.5 inches wide. I got a 95-inch opening down there, so I'm going to give me a 1/2 inch of play here. And these are 12 foot 1.5 inches long. So that'll sit right down in here. This ground skirt here will be that'll end up becoming one of the joists. And I'm just gonna go 2 foot on center since we're not storing a lot of weight in here as far as on the floor. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut my joists here to 91.5 inches plus the 3 over there. That gives me 90 to 94.5 inches. Okay, when I put my floor joist in, I want to make sure I have crown up. I don't know if you can see that there on this board, but that's crown down. Actually, the crown is on the bottom of that board. So if I flip it around like this, there's a slight curve in the board like this on the edge. And you want to make sure that's up when you're putting your floor joist in. Okay, laying out my center marks. I'm going to have a plate that goes across and sticks out over here like this, out to here for the post. That's going to be the face joist. So that's going to attach to the post way out in here. So what I done here, just put a little block in here, measured off 24 inches. That'll be the center of the first joist that I install. Then you got 48 and 72 and so on down the line. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the other side over there. Get some 4-inch screws and put this together, and we'll put it into place. And then I'm going to come over here and we're going to frame our windows in, and I'm going to run a board from the top of this plate down to the bottom sill, the bottom skirt. And that's going to be the side of my window. It's also going to transfer some of the weight from this plate up here down to the sill plate, to the skirt plate. Okay, the floor's all put together. Just the back end here. We're gonna pick this up front and back, put it over there, and our first third over there for the floor. Now we're going to move on to framing the windows. What I've done here is I found the exact center of the building, and I put a mark at the center here. Measured back 15 1/4 inches, 15 1/4 the other way. My windows are 30 inches wide, so this gives me 30 1/2 inches. And then I measured from each end the same distance, placed the windows in over there, 30 1/2 inches wide. So from the outside, this is perfectly symmetrical. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to take these 2x6s. I've already cut them to length, and I measured from the top of the top plate to the bottom of the ground skirt, and we're going to place those in like this, and they're going to become the sides of the window framing. Then I'll come around and we'll fill in this gap here with a 2x4 to make this totally flush with the girts on the outside here. Okay, we're on the outside of the pole barn now. These are the uprights I just put in for the window framing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to fill this part in from here down to here, and it's 36 1/2 inches. Okay, there's a close-up of what we just did. So the siding will go on here. The siding will go on here all the way up, all the way down, across here, up this side, and the windows just set in. They just set flush with the siding. And then there's a J channel on the windows, which you can use trim and trim the windows off on 4 sides. I put a cross piece on here in the last section of the pole barn. Okay, this is going to have a 5 foot wide, 6.5 foot tall door in here, and that'll be framed up the same exact way as our windows. I'll come down from the top plate down to the bottom on both sides, and that'll give us our 5 foot wide opening. Then I'll go ahead and flush out the outside just like I did with the windows. I got to level up my floor joists. I remember I built these off to the side, and last night I got some help. We carried this in. Okay, I got the front here up with my skirt board, left and right side. So I'm just going to go ahead now and put some construction screws in, and I'll go back and level my back up. Okay, that takes care of the front side. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the back. And I'll be back with you after I get that leveled up. And we'll install our door frame. Okay, ready to find the center point in my door header here. It's 102 and a half inches, so that's 51 and a quarter. So I'm gonna go ahead and find 51 and a quarter. Then I'll measure 2.5 feet in each side, and that'll give me my door opening. Okay, we found the center of our header for our door. I measured back the 20 or 30 inches on each side, 2.5 feet. And that's where the side of the door will go, right there. Okay, we got the left and right sides of our door on. And now what I need to do is measure from here down to the top of the skirt board. And I need to fill this void in here to make sure, remember, this is flush on the outside. Okay, that takes care of the door framing. I'm gonna go ahead and I measured this here and I got 10 feet right to that edge. My floor is gonna be longer than 12 feet long, so what I'm gonna do is use 10 footers from where my tape is down there to the front edge. And on the back, what I have to fill in, I have to put some stringers in here. Okay, just got back from the Home Depot and we got our lumber for the floor. We got some 2x4s to finish flushing up the posts in here around the whole barn. We're putting the floor in with 10-foot 1/2 inch boards going this way. It'll bring me right down to that joist down there with the other piece going across. And then I'm going to use 8-foot boards going the other way to finish it out for the floor and with the storage section of this pole barn. Okay, so my next board's gonna butt right up against my door casing. So I'm going to take a little piece of lumber here and we're going to put that in to rest my next deck board on. And that'll be the same width as this 2x6. So it'll work out nicely. These boards are getting more ornery as I go. So all I've done here is drove this shovel in, and I'll just use it as a pry bar. I drove it into the dirt. So let's go lay that out on our next board. Okay, we're marking off our last piece here. I got a notch around my window framing pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark those off. Cut those out and place our last piece in. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share, and like this video. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.